In a small town, there was a boy named Alex who was known for only one thing: failure. He failed exams, failed quizzes, and failed almost every subject in school. Teachers sighed when they saw his name on the class list. Classmates laughed when his results were announced. Slowly, Alex started believing what everyone said about him. He stopped raising his hand in class. He stopped trying, and eventually he stopped believing in himself. Every time he came home with another failed report card, his parents were disappointed. Not angry, just tired. They would say, "Maybe studies aren't for you," and that hurt more than shouting ever could. Alex felt invisible, like someone who didn't belong anywhere. One year, everything changed. A new teacher joined the school, Mr. Daniel Harris. He taught English and literature, but more than that, he taught something rare: belief. On his first day, he looked at every student like they mattered. When he reached Alex's name on the attendance list, the class went quiet. Some students smirked, others whispered, "He's the failure." Mr. Harris noticed. Instead of moving on, he looked up and said calmly, "Alex, I'm glad you're in my class." Alex was confused. No teacher had ever said that to him before. Weeks passed. Alex continued to score poorly. One day after another failed test, he expected the usual red marks and cold comments. Instead, Mr. Harris called him after class. Alex's heart raced. He expected punishment, but the teacher smiled and said, "You didn't fail because you're stupid. You failed because no one taught you in a way that works for you." Alex didn't know what to say. Mr. Harris continued, "Tell me one thing you enjoy." Alex hesitated, then quietly said, "Stories. I like listening to stories." From that day on, Mr. Harris changed his approach. He gave Alex short stories instead of long textbooks. He asked him to explain lessons in his own words, not memorize them. He praised effort, not marks. When Alex answered incorrectly, Mr. Harris never said wrong. He said, "You're close. Let's try again." Slowly, something inside Alex changed. For the first time, school didn't feel like a battlefield. It felt like a place where he was allowed to learn at his own pace. Other teachers doubted Mr. Harris. Some said, "You're wasting time on him." Others said, "Some students are just not meant to succeed." Mr. Harris replied, "No child is a failure. Only opportunities fail them." Months later, exams came again. Alex still wasn't the top student, but he passed. It wasn't a perfect score. It wasn't a miracle result. But for Alex, it was everything. When his result was announced, the classroom went silent. Alex looked at his paper, his hands shaking. The word "pass" stared back at him. He looked up and saw Mr. Harris smiling. Not surprised, not shocked, just proud. After class, Alex walked up to him with tears in his eyes and said, "Sir, why didn't you give up on me?" Mr. Harris replied softly, "Because one day, someone gave up on me too. And I know how long it takes to heal from that." Years passed. Alex grew up. He didn't become the richest man or the most famous, but he became confident. He became capable, and eventually he became a teacher. On his first day at school, he wrote a sentence on the board: "Failure does not define you. Giving up does." In the last row of the class sat a quiet child, avoiding eye contact, just like Alex once did. Alex smiled, and the cycle of belief continued. Moral: a failed student is not a lost cause. Sometimes all it takes is one teacher who believes when the whole world has stopped believing.